My July veg patch is a real mixed bag this year. Some crops I'm really pleased with, and some haven't worked at all. The tomatoes are starting to ripen, the chard has been really reliable, my corn and marrows are looking really promising, but other things have struggled with pests and the erratic weather that we've had this year. So I'm going bed by bed, clearing what's finished, and filling a few gaps for late summer and autumn. There are flowers and herbs mixed through here too, so even when some crops are patchy, it still feels full of life and brings me joy. I'm not going to show you all of the beds today. I'm going to start with this bed because it's a good example of where I have both successes and failures. My marrows are coming on, they're nice healthy plants, and I've got a few good sized marrows coming. So the beans have been a bit of a disaster this year. They were completely eaten by voles. The whole veg patch is fenced in with chicken wire to keep the rabbits out, but unfortunately it doesn't stop the mice. It's definitely been the year of the rodent in my garden. You can see a few starting to make a bit of a recovery. So for the first time ever, I have bought some bean plants from the garden centre. I'm going to leave the struggling ones there, and there'll be a bonus if they come through as well. They're likely to sulk a little bit for a few days, but I'll give them plenty of water. I'll still get a late crop this year. In here I've got some turnips, and you can tell by all of these holes in the leaves that they've been attacked by flea beetle. I'm just going to take the whole row up, but you can see there's holes on there from the flea beetle as well. So here where the turnips were, I'm going to sow some fennel. This is Florence fennel, so it's the bulbing type. I also have some supermarket basil, and I'm just going to separate this and plug a few gaps with it. So these are my tomato beds. I have two. I grow lots of tomatoes, and they're coming on really well at the moment. It's important to keep tying in tomatoes and pinching out side shoots. I have a full video on my channel on tomato care if you want more detail on this. I planted some leeks earlier in the year in with my tomatoes, which are coming on okay as well. These self-seeded amaranths have been absolutely beautiful this year. So this bed's generally faring a little bit better. I've got some chard here, which is doing well. We've had a few harvests from that. Next to it I've got scorzonera. Now scorzonera is a root crop. It's said to taste like oysters. I've grown it once before and I enjoy that, so hopefully that will do well. Got some black-eyed Susies there doing their thing. Got some courgette plants which are just coming on. And then here I've got ochre. Now this might look like clover, but they're actually it's a plant, it's a South American plant, and you eat the tubers, so they have colourful tubers which are supposedly taste a little bit lemony and nutty. I've not grown them before. With these you're supposed to earth them up like potatoes, but not until quite a bit later in the season. So do subscribe if you're interested in these, and I'll do an update and let you know how they turn out. So I had planted some celeriac in here. You can see a few have survived, but most of them have succumbed to the hot weather. They do like lots of water, and you can see they just completely frazzled. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the ones that have got some good healthy green growth and make sure I give them plenty of water and give them a chance. And then in the gaps here I've got some cos lettuce seedlings which I'm going to pop in. This is a slightly shadier bed, so hopefully they'll be able to manage well here. This is the bed that needs the main reset. I had broad beans in here which have finished. There's a couple still on here, and you can see that they got chocolate spots, so all of these I'm going to pull up. I don't want to keep these spaces empty. I can still make good use of them over summer. I've also got some silver skin onions here that I did from seed, which are ready to come out, so I'll take these out as well. So I'm going to tidy this whole area, and then I'll show you when I'm ready to replant. So that should be enough for a nice little jar of pickled onions. That's all weeded now, so I can see what space I've got to work with. I've just given it a little bit of water as well because the soil's really dry. The good news is there's genuinely loads of stuff that you can still sow in July, so plenty of herbs and salad crops, some cabbages. This is a Chinese cabbage. The first thing that I'm going to do, I've still got this trellis here, a lovely agapanthus coming up in the back. I'm going to plant some nasturtium seeds at the base of this trellis. It's a tiny bit late for them, but we'll see what happens with those. These probably wanted to be in by June, really, but we're only just July, so I'll give them a go. I've got space for a good few rows of things in here. The soil is really dry, so I'm going to water the drills before I plant in them. So in this space I'm going to sow some radish, rocket, spring onion and beetroot. The radish, this is a variety called Cherry Belle. I grow this every year. It's quite sweet, it's not as bitter as French radishes. Radishes first. Spring onions next. Rocket, this should come up quickly as well. With all of these, try to sow fairly thinly. Finally, beetroot. Last thing I'm going to put in here is some spinach. This is a winter variety, so you can sow any time from June to November. I'm going to do a row of this now, and then I will re-sow some more later, succession sow some. My carrots are doing okay, but they may need a little thinning, so I'm going to do that now. And I'm just holding down the soil next to the carrots that I want to keep. This is going to give me some baby carrots now, and leave these other ones to grow to maturity. You want to water them really well, both before and after you do this job. One thing that is doing well this year is the corn. Shouldn't be too long before I get some cobs forming. This borage is all self-seeded. It's always absolutely covered in bees. But these flowers are beautiful and they really do taste like cucumber. The sweet peas have been disappointing this year. They usually cover this arch by this time of year. and you can see they're about halfway up. So these are my seed sown onions, and as you can see, they're coming on okay. Seed sown onions generally mature later than sets, but I have found that they are much less prone to bolting than sets, so I think I'm going to do more from seed next year. Got a grapevine here which has got some good grapes forming, some bunches forming. I need to tie this grapevine into the fence. I wish you could smell these lilies. So that's the veg patch in early July. It's a really good time of year to do a check and go through like this. I'll update you later in the year on my fennel, my latest sowings, and whether I finally get some beans. I'll also come back to my potatoes, pumpkins, and polytunnel in another update. So please do subscribe if you'd like to follow the progress of the garden over the coming weeks and months. Thanks for watching.